Hello and welcome to Down the Vent. My name's Joe, and today we're going to put our hands under the table in a game of Klask. Let's check it out. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at how to play Klask. The first person to get to 6 points will win the game. You'll notice on the inside of the board, it's kind of hard to see here, is a score tracker. And it comes with little poker chips, and you just move along the slots to keep track of your score. Pretty cool little addition they made to the game. Essentially, Klask is air hockey with more ways to score points. So the first way to score a point is if you get the ball into the opponent's goal. That would be 1 point. The other way to score points is if you ever lose control of your piece and you can't get it back, your opponent will score a point. Another way that points would be scored is if 2 white magnets are ever stuck to your opponent like that. Let's see. Like so. If that ever happens, you score a point. And then the last way to score a point is if your opponent ever drops down into the hole. They can never go into their own goal. If that happens, you will score a point. So those are the 4 ways to score points in Klask. Every time you score a point, you're going to go ahead and reset the board. So you make sure everyone gets their playing piece back where they can handle it again. You put the 3 magnets back on the white circles in the middle of the board. And then the player who did not score the point will take the ball, and they'll do a kickoff from their back, one of their back corners here where they're white outlines. So you do something like that, and then there are like plays, like there's a lot. Oh no! I lost control of mine, so the opponent gets a point. Let me take that back. Put that here. Reset the board, and then I will get to kick off again. That's pretty much the game. You're gonna go. It's real time. It's not turns. So you're just going back and forth, just kind of like you're playing tabletop air hockey. And then the first person 6 points wins the game. Let's go ahead, head up, and see what I think about Klask. Okay, so what do I think of Klask? I got this game for Christmas last year, and I was so happy. I love like dexterity-based, like real-time games like this. It's simple to pick up. The 4 ways to get points is easy enough to teach anyone, and it is a blast. And the longer you play, the more like little tricks you can learn. Like if you get really close with your magnet under the table, you can actually shoot those little white magnets across the table at your opponent. Man, this game is one of my favorites. I really love Klask. So there's not really, I mean, it's like air hockey. If you like air hockey, you're going to love this game too, because I'm a big fan of air hockey, but air hockey tables are really expensive and they're really big, and you can't take them around to game night with you. Klask, on the other hand, you can. We've had tournaments between friends. We've done, just tons of different stuff like that. You can just best out of 5, best out of 7. You never want to stop playing once you get going because it's just a blast. I highly recommend Klask. It's got 2 huge thumbs up from me. It's one of my favorite games of all time. So if you like air hockey, I think you need this in your collection, or just have it for game night. You can play it with family. You can play it with gamers. Everyone enjoys like getting their hands under the table. It's such a weird, like, motto or whatever for the game. Like, yeah, that part's kind of strange. But the rest of the game in general, fantastic. I believe they actually do have like tournaments for this at like bigger conventions and things like that. I'm not that good, so I've never tried that. My 6-year-old beats me, so I should probably be able to beat him before I try to go to a tournament against other adults, right? But yeah, Klask, fantastic game. One of my favorites of all time. You have to get it. And that's all I have to say about Klask. There's nothing more I can say besides buy it. Until next time, my name's Joe, and you've been watching Down the Vent.